Alright, what up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a hot minute since I've been able to do one of these Madden 26 recordings before a Packers game, but finally here. Yeah, unfortunately not able to be here with Zach this week. I'm recording this on Sunday morning, like right before the game, so, just been a rough week. Uh, we've had, basically since the last recording, which was the Cardinals game, I got sick at one point. Got better, hit my busy season super bad at work. It was even on the panel at one point, and I mentioned that in the NASCAR Heat 5 video, but yeah, it was just, yeah, it's just been a lot. And then this week, I got sick again. All the temperature changes and stuff just absolutely destroyed my sinuses, so I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to do this recording or not. My eye was pretty swollen shut for a couple days, so just not a good time, but we're here, we're back, and Green Bay's getting ready to play the Giants this week, so hopefully Green Bay can get back on track after a couple losses here to Carolina and then Philadelphia. But this is one of those series where, what a good run here to start off. But yeah, Green Bay has been pretty competitive with the Giants. 29, 25, and 2 in the regular season all time. When you include the postseason, it's 34, 28, and 2. In New York itself, it's been dead even, 17, 17, and 2, so 500 ball. But the last couple times we've had to play the damn Giants, man, it seems like the most frustrating games. 2022, that was when Green Bay finally went to London for the first time, and that was when Rodgers ended up breaking his thumb in the loss too, which that sucked, but let's see if we can get... we took a big hit there, but yeah, the following year was the 2023 game where Tommy DeVito had his, breakout moment on Monday Night Football, and that was actually during our first season doing these recordings. Was, we were doing post game thoughts and stuff like that. I think we did a two-for on that video because I want to say Baker Mayfield came to town and had put up a perfect passer rating the next week, and then we did one video on both games and just was absolutely trashing our defense at that point. But yeah, so let me get this play here real quick. I think I'm gonna go out to the outside. Let's see. Oh, got Musgrave already, so cool, first down. But yeah, injury reports not kind to either team really this week. For Green Bay, obviously Jenkins being out on the offense line for probably the season sucks. We have Malik Heath, who's going to be now out on a coach's decision. Don't really know what happened there, especially with all the wide receiver depth issues right now. Because you have Savion Williams and Matthew Golden both questionable after being limited in practice all week. McManus is suddenly on the injury report as doubtful, so that right quad injury apparently had a setback and makes you kind of question why we haven't had our backup kicker in for the last couple weeks if he hasn't been fully healthy, but that's beside the point at this point. Van Ness on the D-line may be back this week. He's been practicing the last couple days and questionable. Even if he is, I would be kind of surprised if he had a huge impact in this game, but that's on the Green Bay side. Oh, and Nate Hobbs being out as well, but alright, got Fitzpatrick there. But yeah, the Giants side, they got Malik Neighbors that's, out for the season along with Cam Skattebo, so those were two tough injuries for them. Jackson Dart's going to be out with a concussion still, so you get to see Jameis Winston, and yeah, that's going to be a fun little matchup there. But Darius Slayton at wide receiver is also out, and then they have a few others that are doubtful out as well going into this one. But yeah, I'm just hoping, this game is not one of those just piss poor games that Green Bay ends up choking away as we get ready to go to the second quarter here. Brian DeBall just got fired for the Giants, so I'm always worried about the dead cat bounce game where a team just suddenly looks better, in their first game without the new guy. Or without the old guy, so... And then especially with Jameis getting to start, he is very aggressive as a quarterback. Had to watch that at Florida State back in the day as well, so... he will give you opportunities to make interceptions and stuff like that. It's just he can definitely throw some touchdowns in it as well. Um, it's kind of crazy though. In the 3 games that he's played against Green Bay overall, he's thrown 7 touchdowns and 0 picks. Most of the touchdowns were in that one season opener where he was still in New Orleans, but we had to play that game in Jacksonville because of the hurricane and stuff like that. But he had 5 touchdown passes that day and just absolutely smoked us. But when me and Zach's wife went to Lambeau Field for the first time for a game, he ended up throwing a couple touchdowns in that game too, but Green Bay ended up winning in overtime. And then the last time out was, let's go, Josh Jacobs touchdown. But yeah, the last time out was the Saints game where Jordan Love made his home debut at Lambeau as a starter, and he didn't play terrible, he didn't play great, but it was enough to get Green Bay back into it. So biggest thing this week with Green Bay is I just want to see them run the ball with Jacobs and company here. Giants are not good at stopping the run. They're next to last in the league, averaging almost 100, I think it's like 152 yards allowed per game. So it feels like if there's any week that Green Bay is going to be able to run the ball, it should be this week. And then hopefully that'll open up some passing attempts. The Giants have a lot of talent on that D-line, especially with Brian Burns, another one of my Seminoles. He leads the league, or I think he's tied with the league in sacks at 11 right now with Myles Garrett, if I remember right. So I would love to keep them from being able to be too aggressive against the O-line, especially as they kind of work in Sean Ryan at center and stuff a little bit more on a full week. So, we'll see what LaFleur and them cook up this week. But, defensively, honestly, I feel pretty good with the defense overall. Even with a couple losses in the past couple weeks, they haven't really been giving up a whole lot of points. The Carolina game was a little bit rough with how much they gave up on the ground and stuff, but yeah, I mean, overall, they've been playing great defense for most of the year, and hopefully that'll, facing Jameis Winston, they can get a couple turnovers, just kind of take advantage of it. But yeah, we'll see how the defense goes here. Special teams, just don't blow it. Like, that's all I ask really at this point. But man, that sucks. He had him wide open. But I saw on one of the midweek chats on Packers.com, somebody commented in that Green Bay is the first NFL team to allow 40 points and fewer than 800 yards, or fewer than 40 points and 800 yards over the first 3 losses of the season since the Lions back in 1940, which that's a stat for you right there. It's been rough the last couple weeks, so hopefully guess my opponent's not going to pick a play here. Alright, well, honestly didn't really have too much else because I'm kind of doing this on the fly anyways, but I'll give a prediction real quick. I think Green Bay's going to come out, they'll run the ball decent enough, get some hits in the passing game. I'm going to call a 30-20 victory and 2 interceptions on Jameis. So, feel free to like and comment on the video. Comment Go Pack Go. And we'll hopefully have a kind of recap video during the middle of the week, as long as work doesn't go too crazy and my eye doesn't try to swell shut again. There will also be a NASCAR Heat video later today as well, so if you're into the NASCAR games, stay tuned for that. But yeah, until then, I will catch y'all next time, and hopefully y'all have a good week, and we're celebrating a victory at the end of it.